The sciatic nerve hurts and burns. This is probably one of the most common everyday complaints that we have. I will show you 2 exercises that you can do right away, and then show you another option on how you can quickly help yourself with sciatic pain without exercise. So you can understand what the exercises we're about to do are good for. I'll give you an explanation. Watch how the sciatica comes out here. Runs practically along the back of the leg. Here are large muscles, especially the gluteal muscle, which in our experience is tense in most people. Before we do the exercises, please walk around briefly or sit down wherever you feel your sciatic pain so that you have a comparison afterward and tune in to what the pain is telling you. Just watch how it presents itself, make contact so that you also lose the fear of it, because it is usually not at all serious. We will now start with the first exercise. The first exercise is actually 2 exercises in one. And now please sit down and look. If you put your leg in front of you like this, see if that works. And then see if you can do it so that only your knee is resting when you're reasonably straight, or if you have to go very, very far to the side. So, if you have to go very far to the side and still realize that the leg does not go back. It's possible that you might be leaning a little to the left, so observe how far you can bring your right leg back. It may be that you only get it up to here and then you stay there or there or there, or maybe you even make it. Extend the leg with the top of the foot pointing downwards as far back as possible. And now you may feel the stretching here in the groin and on the left side of the buttocks. And the exciting thing about this exercise is that it's actually 2 exercises in one, because one is for the glutes on the left and one is for the hip flexor on the right. And those are the 2 muscles in which all of this takes place, so we are going to stretch them now. How do we do this? You take the left hand in such a way that you can support yourself, so that on the one hand you can push yourself to the right to get straighter. And on the other hand you can push yourself back so you don't hang so far forward here. The more you can be straight, the better. Align yourself in a way that you are as in as possible. And now you press yourself with your left hand further to the right and back. And breathe in deeply, increasingly, and wait until the tissue gives way, because that's what it's all about. The muscles, the fascia, whatever is blocking there, that must give way. So you can move your joints smoothly again. Ultimately, these pain-free exercises that we do are about restoring the range of motion that has been lost. The older you are, the more is usually lost. But you can regain everything, so to speak, reacquire it. Breathe nicely, that pulls on the left buttock, that can pull on the left pelvis, on the pelvis, a bit on the outside of the thigh, on the right groin, in the hip joint. Those are the points where it can tighten. Go further in, breathe deeply out, and try to become straighter each time. And now we will include a bit of strength in this position. Now it gets really exciting. Now please press your right knee and your right foot down against the floor as hard as possible, and then press your left foot down as hard as possible. As if you wanted to lift yourself up with your knee and foot. Of course it doesn't work. You are much too heavy for that, but tighten up really tight, really tighten up. Relax, and now push yourself a little more into the straight position. You can, I believe, feel it. Now it's getting a little easier. This is always the effect after counter-stretching. This tensing, this strength training has two effects. Effect number one, the muscles and fascia are giving in better. And number two, you gain strength in these unfamiliar angles, and strength is always good. Just no tense force, we need a flexible force. And again, you press the left foot against the ground and the right knee against the ground really tight. And a little tighter if possible. You may squeeze as hard as you can. Relax and continue into the stretch. It should always remain within the range that is just bearable. And again, press your left foot and right knee. Maintain the pressure, relax, and go further into the stretch. We'll leave it at that, slowly come out. Move very slowly, because if you were extremely engaged in this exercise, especially if you did it for the first time, then it contracts many muscles that you don't normally exercise. But that passes quickly and is actually evidence that you have practiced well, a good intensity, because practicing too loosely is pointless. You might as well go have a coffee. It's time better spent. Turn 90 degrees to the right, extend the left leg backwards. By the way, here's a tip. If you notice that this angle is extremely difficult for you, it's okay to start with just 45 degrees instead of 90 degrees. And then you could gradually work your way up over the days and weeks until you eventually reach 90 degrees. And then the exact same thing happens. Position your right hand in a way that you can push yourself back and to the left and enjoy the stretch. Enjoy the stretching. It must be a positive stretching, because a negative one, you would have to endure it with stress. That must not be. It must be fun. The exercises are challenging. It hurts a little, but it must all still be positive. You breathe in, you push yourself further to the left and a little bit backwards, and now we need time again, okay? Now we are on the other side. Now we are working on the right buttock. Earlier we were exercising the left buttock. Breathe nicely. This exhaling, this very conscious deep exhaling is very beneficial. Because it activates the vagus nerve, the parasympathetic nervous system, relaxation, as the muscles give way, much better than when you inhale and tense up. It also makes sense. That's why breathe in, stay as you are, breathe out, and then you will notice how it gives way, how you relax, how you can reach more angles. And now we start here with our strength training. That means, remember, left knee presses down, press down firmly, right foot presses down firmly. And press a little harder and a little harder. Relax and push yourself more with the right hand, with the torso to the left, and even more into an upright position. Keep breathing, stay in the just barely tolerable range. And again, you tighten the right foot and the left knee really tighten, even tighter, even tighter. Tighten even more, then relax and continue into the stretch, go further into the stretch. Breathe deeply. And now we slowly go out again. And now you can go ahead and leave a comment. And now I'm going to leave you another exercise in case this one is really too challenging for you. but always try all of them. I always say, trying is better than not doing it, just try. And even trying already makes you fitter. Now get down on all fours, and now it's important, because the exercise was for both the left and right side equally. And it must always be done on both sides so that you really benefit from it. The next exercise, the second exercise, is now for the specific side where the problem is for you. I'll just pretend that my left buttock has the problem. If you have a problem on the right side, then you do it on the right side, okay? Move the affected leg forward until you pass the foot at the back of the knee, then move back again. And now I am going down on my left knee and stretching out my right leg. If you want to practice the other side, do it as if looking in a mirror. First, you move a little forward, a little backward, a little to the left, a little to the right. And change the angle by pushing your thigh into the joint. And then you will notice an angle where you think, oh, something is stretching there. Something starts to tighten and stretch, or to be stretched, to be more precise, right? And that's exactly where you stay. And this is a very specific exercise because it relaxes the area of the piriformis. There is the piriformis gap, so they say. And this is a gap where the sciatic nerve passes through and where this muscle is and where the pelvis is, the bone. And when the piriformis is too tense, the sciatic nerve there gets a lot of compression, it gets pressed. And it doesn't like that. And therefore we know from experience it can hurt. And now this specific area of the gluteal muscles and this particular muscle are being stretched. If you adjust it correctly, and that's why there is often such a direct effect, because when it is released, the nerve can flow again. The metabolism is normalized again, and the pain is usually reduced. You can stay for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. We have now, I believe, about 2-3 minutes. Look again in which corner it is most noticeable, and then you can slowly go back out. And then feel again, walk around, sit down. Where did you have this pain before? Has it decreased? Make a comment and give us a thumbs up if it is already reduced. Or write down your experiences, what was difficult about it. And now, as I had promised you, you will get a quick self-help against your sciatic pain. And for that, I am now using our sacroiliac joint and sciatic nerve saver. If you don't have that, you can take a coconut or something that has a similar curvature. We have 3 different attachments. I'll take the top part, which is usually very well suited for what we are doing now. And then you simply do the following. You just lie down on it and feel exactly where you always feel your pain. And with a little searching, you will probably find exactly the point where you think, oh dear, that is exactly the spot that is tormenting me. And that's exactly where you need to go, because that's how we relax this muscle bundle that personally causes your problem. And then you just lie on top, completely without effort. You lie down, you read a little, you chat a little, you relax. You relax without exercise, I had promised, and that is the measure. And now a note on our own behalf. This is our SI joint and sciatic nerve saver, one of our aids. And these aids, we have developed them so that practicing is easier for you, or you can do it faster, you have a better effect. If you are interested in getting more information, please click here or on the image below this video. And sciatica is a big issue, that's why I have a request. We do have a vision. We want to make the world pain-free, contribute to fewer people experiencing pain. Please definitely spread the word about which exercises people can do to help themselves so that it becomes more widely known. And now I have a few things for you. Here you will find more videos. And there you can subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done it yet, you should definitely do it, because there is always a video that can help you. Great that you were there. We see each other. Hello?